lips. He then took a breath, as if he were about to go on stage, and smiled, ready to radiate charm. Crystal chandeliers and jewellery sparkled through the haze of cigarette smoke. The drinks were long, while the skirts upon the young women serving them were short. Perhaps Fuller did indeed possess the Midas touch, and he had spent the afternoon fingering half of his furniture, such was the influence of gold and gilt upon the decor. The apartment dripped with opulence rather than style. The tastelessness could be summed up in one word: Harrods. A magazine editor had recently asked me to write a story on the Brompton Road store, or more precisely its new moving staircase, or escalator, as I've heard one fellow call it. Patrons were offered a brandy at the end of their moving experience. Whether this was offered as a reward or for medicinal purposes, I was not quite sure. My brandy was downed in one, however, upon witnessing the arabesque aesthetic, and prices of the ghastly pieces when reaching the top of the stairs. "Raffles, darling!" a voice screamed out. Such was its high-pitched squeal that I was worried that my champagne glass might crack. I'd only just recently cleaned my trousers from having champagne spilled over them by a clumsy waiter at Boodle's. At least, on that occasion, I had the distinction of being marked by good champagne. The woman behind the shrill greeting was Celia Woodville, an actress. She and Raffles may well have had an affair in the past. Celia was renowned for her weight fluctuating more than Fuller's stock portfolio. Celia was getting to the age where she was more likely to pay Gertrude than Ophelia, and so she now dressed like a woman half her age and displayed twice the youthful exuberance that she should have to in order to compensate. Whether encountering Celia on or off stage, I could not call myself a fan. The Asp was kinder than the critics were when she played Cleopatra, and she died on the stage long before the final act when playing Cordelia. Yet the slightly fading English Rose still kept herself in work. She also often kept herself in the newspapers, mainly through having a string of suitors who became increasingly younger as she grew older. She would soon be picking up her lovers from the playground rather than the nightclubs. "Celia, it's been too long. How have you been?" Raffles asked, as she sidled up to us both, albeit she soon turned her back on me. "Well, I do not particularly want to relive it, but did you not hear about the drama at Rupert's estate upon the Isle of Wight?" "It's fine if you do not wish to speak about it." "It's almost too horrible to describe, or too impossible to explain, but there was an awful fire. I found myself rescuing Rupert's great-aunt from her room and guiding her downstairs to safety. It was terrifying. I can barely bring myself to talk about it. Did you not see my interview in the Telegraph about the incident?" Our drama queen took a frantic breath and was on the cusp of recounting the entire ordeal when, thankfully, she gazed over Raffles' shoulder and espied an eminent theatre critic and producer. She swiftly excused herself and fluttered over to the pair, squealing someone else's name, a moth attracted to a brighter flame. "That was a lucky escape," I remarked, and sighed. "Aye, I think I would have preferred the company of her aunt. Or fire, even. I fear age has withered her, Bunny," my friend said, a little ruefully.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.